you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends, probably.
Is it gonna be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all gonna be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money. Yeah.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
And Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's gonna be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, oh, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Dant Tank Davis recently spoke out about the scenario that upset fans by revealing why his much-anticipated battle with Lamont Roach was canceled. The much-anticipated gathering had created a lot of hype, but unanticipated events led to the event's collapse.
Okay. So I do it for myself, but I do it for the people with me. My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking on the what's the name? He was shaking on the
pops.
On my kids, he was shaking on this thing. On my kids, he was shaking.
Don't say, bro.
That's cap.
But it's got to be more than that.
Nah, he's strategic. He's setting guys up. He been boxing since a little kid, just like I've been boxing since a little kid. And you can tell, like, with the experience. Even with his last fight with Frank Martin, you can see Frank Martin was more so an amateur. Like, the experience he got is not on the level of, like.
There had been a great deal of training and high expectations leading up to the Davis-Roach fight. Both combatants had been putting in a lot of preparation, with Davis concentrating on honing his craft and maintaining his best physical state. The bout was viewed as a pivotal moment in Davis's career, offering him the chance to further establish himself as one of the world's best boxers. For Roach, it was an opportunity to demonstrate his abilities against a strong foe and maybe win a career-defining victory.
Thank all day, baby. Thank all day. Easy work. Easy work. My money goes to it. All right, guys. Right in the front, right here. Right here in the front rest there. Easy work, baby. Come on, back. Get down here, please. Right here. Show us your face. Back to the camera in the back. Oh, in the back of the line. You don't even believe it. All right.
Davis stated in his interview that he was quite disappointed by the cancellation. He said that in order to be prepared for the battle, he had made many sacrifices and trained for endless hours.
A big 35. I don't see why people was like, oh, you brought up a smaller guy, woo-de-woo, blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, to me personally, I'm not stunned that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep saying that. They're going to keep saying that.
But because he believes he's going to knock you out, get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change.
I mean, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're gonna beat everybody. Like, anyway, but if you're saying specifically pick me because I'm gonna be an easy cakewalk,
yeah.
Everybody in the world knows that's not gonna happen. I mean, like, that's not gonna happen. Him personally, he know that. I think he chose me because I am gonna be one of the better opponents that he's faced in his entire career, honestly.
Really?
His crew, who had put in many hours with him, was likewise devastated by the news of the cancellation. Davis made it clear that he had no influence over the decision to postpone the fight, and that he was aware of his supporters' displeasure and dissatisfaction.
About, oh, he's doing this fight for money, and Tank is strategically picking him because in the amateur world, you guys fought twice, right? And you lost, what, both times in the amateur fight. So are you all friends? Are y'all cordial? First, what's the relationship?
We're cordial.
You're cordial?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He's cool to me.
He's cool to you?
Yeah.
And you haven't heard that he said anything differently?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He has?
Nah, he hasn't.
He has not.
That's what I'm confirming that. He hasn't said
anything.
He
has not said anything differently. So does it confirm people's suspicion that he purposefully picked you, not only because you're cordial, but because he believes he's going to knock you out, get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change.
Man, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're gonna beat everybody.
Davis clarified that unanticipated events outside of his control were the reason for the cancellation. Avis recognized the efforts made by both parties to try to salvage the event, but he did not go into specifics.
He his ass for y'all talk. For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a if y'all was quiet, if y'all was loud.
They got the whole hood over there, Tank.
Like, twisted up. I don't give a about none of that.
Do whatever
I don't
y'all
care about
want.
none of
My
that.
mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get up over here. What do I look like getting up?
Okay.
Ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay.
He alluded to logistical problems and challenges that emerged in the run-up to the fight and expressed sadness that they could not be resolved in time.
I guarantee he pay for it. I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you off your spot. They gonna trick you off your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any.
Davis maintained his optimism and hope for the future in spite of the setback, saying he was determined to be back in the ring as soon as possible.
About, he's doing this fight for money, and Tank is strategically picking him because in the amateur world, you guys fought twice, right? And you lost, both times in the amateur fight. So are you all friends? Are y'all cordial? First, what's the relationship?
We're cordial.
You're cordial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He cool to me.
He's cool to you.
Yeah.
And you haven't heard that he said anything differently?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He has?
No, he hasn't.
He has not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm confirming that. He hasn't said
anything. He has not said anything differently. So does it confirm people's suspicion that he purposefully picked you, not only because you're cordial, but because he believes he's going to knock you out, get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change?
Man, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're going to beat everybody.
Many detractors contend that the impending bout between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach is more of a money grab than a really competitive contest.
But because he believes he's going to knock you out, get the purse, and then you walk away with a nice piece of change.
Man, you're in the wrong game if you don't think you're going to beat everybody. Anyway, but if you're saying specifically pick me because I'm going to be an easy cakewalk, everybody in the world knows that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Him personally, he know that. I think he chose me because I am going to be one of the better opponents that he's faced in his entire career, honestly.
Really?
They imply that Tank picked Roach because he sees him as a simple opponent that he can easily beat. On the other side, Roach is charged of fighting more for the money than for the challenge.
By evidence of what? Your record? Because you had to get, if I'm not mistaken, you had to get permission to be bumped up to that weight class of lightweight in order to fight, because you're in the what, range of 130?
Yeah, I'm the champion at 130.
You're the world champion at 130 and he's 135. Yeah, so aren't there other fighters he could have fought within an upper weight class like Canelo? I've heard a lot of people say, why isn't he fighting Canelo rather than Roach? What's up with that?
They want that man to fight Canelo, man.
They do.
I don't know. That's
I've
crazy.
heard a lot of people say that.
That's crazy.
Lamont Roach makes it apparent that money is not the driving force for his next bout with Gervonta Davis. He sees Tank as an easy opponent and claims that he will be a straightforward task for him, like a piece of cake. Tank competes at 135 pounds, but Roach stresses that he is the champion at 130 pounds. According to him, if Tanker could have fought Canelo Alvarez or other fighters in higher weight divisions instead than Roach if he had been genuinely interested in a tough battle. However, Roach points out that it is absurd to try to defeat Canelo because Canelo weighs 168 pounds in the super middleweight division.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
What's your game plan?
What was that? I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head.
Lamont Roach makes it apparent that money is not the driving force for his next bout with Dant Davis. He sees Tank as an easy opponent and claims that he will be a straightforward task for him, almost a piece of cake. Tank competes at 135 pounds, but Roach stresses that he is the champion at 130 pounds.
Says that he's going to retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, you know, I'm going to just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
He says that Tank could have fought Canelo Alvarez or someone in a higher weight class instead of Roach if he had really wanted a competitive fight. However, Roach points out that it is unrealistic to think of Tank fighting Canelo because Canelo weighs 168 pounds in the super middleweight division.